Imagine, for a moment, that you picked up the phone, only to hear a voice you recognize. A voice that sounds exactly like yours, but it's not you. And what if that voice was calling from the future? What would you do if the future you started warning you about events that hadn't happened yet? What if everything you thought was real began to unravel, piece by piece, as the future you foretold? What would come? And worst of all, what if it was a warning you couldn't escape? This is the story of a man who received a phone call from himself from 10 years in the future. And the horrors he discovered were far worse than anything he could have imagined.
Whisper to your ear.
Chapter 1. The First Call. It started on a Tuesday evening, a quiet night. Jason, a 30-year-old software engineer, was sitting at home after a long day of work. He'd just finished dinner, and as he sat on his couch scrolling through his phone, he heard it. At first, he thought it was just another robocall. It wasn't uncommon for strange numbers to pop up on his screen, but this one was different. The number had no area code, just a series of digits that didn't look familiar. Jason speak.
Hello?
Voice from phone.
Jason, this is you. From the future. From 10 years ahead.
Jason froze. He thought he was being pranked. But the voice, it sounded like him. Same tone, same cadence. The voice on the other end continued.
I know this sounds impossible, but you need to listen. There's a disaster coming. It starts tomorrow. And if you don't stop it, everything will change. You have to believe me, Jason. Your life, your entire future, depends on what you do next.
Jason tried to respond, but the line cut out. The phone went dead. He stared at the screen, heart racing. Was it a prank? He shook his head, dismissing it as some weird joke. But there was something about the voice that unsettled him. The way it sounded like him. And what was that? About a disaster? Chapter 2. The warning comes true. The next day, Jason went about his routine, trying to shake off the strange call. After all, it was just a coincidence, right? But as the day went on, small things started to happen. Little moments, things that seemed ordinary, but when combined, felt wrong. Jason was walking to work when he overheard a conversation between two strangers on the sidewalk. They were talking about a fire that would break out in a building downtown, a fire that would be impossible to escape. The exact same words the voice on the phone had said. Jason's heart skipped a beat. His stomach twisted. He rushed to work, trying to ignore the unease crawling up his spine. But when he arrived, he found that a crucial system update, one he had been working on for weeks, had been mysteriously corrupted. The system was down, just like the future version of himself had predicted. A disaster. A catastrophe. By lunch, Jason was starting to panic. How could this be happening? The future him, the voice on the phone, had warned him. But how was it possible for him to know these things? Could he really change the course of events? Could he stop the disaster? Chapter 3. The Second Call. That night, as Jason sat alone in his apartment, the phone rang again. Same unknown number. He hesitated, but picked up, his hands shaking. Voice from phone.
Jason, listen to me carefully. It's worse than I thought. The fire, it's a distraction. There's a much bigger threat coming. Someone you know is going to make a fatal mistake. Someone close to you will be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You have to stop them before it's too late.
Jason's mind raced. Someone close to him? Was this real? Could he really change things? And how did future him know these details? The voice continued. Voice from phone.
You don't understand. If you don't stop this, everything will fall apart. The fire is just the beginning. Your entire world will be different.
The call ended abruptly. Jason sat there, his heart pounding. His mind was spinning. Could he change what was going to happen? The fire, the system failure, these were just the beginning. But what could he do to stop it? How much time did he have? Chapter 4. The Descent into Paranoia. Jason couldn't sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the fire, the faces of people in danger. And every time he opened his eyes, he saw the phone lying there on the table, waiting for the next call. He had to act, but every decision he made seemed to lead him deeper into uncertainty. The next day, everything seemed to follow the path the future version of him had warned about. The fire broke out exactly as predicted. But Jason couldn't stop thinking about the other warning. Someone close to him, making a fatal mistake. Then it happened. A car swerved out of control right outside his building, hitting a pedestrian. It was someone Jason knew, a colleague, someone he had worked with for years. He rushed to the scene, but it was too late. The accident had happened, just like future Jason had said. Jason collapsed onto the sidewalk, unable to comprehend what he was seeing. He had tried to change things, but everything was falling apart, just as it was meant to. Was it fate? Or had his attempts to stop it only made things worse? Chapter 5. The Final Realization. That night, Jason received one final call. The voice on the other end sounded different this time. Softer, sadder, almost resigned.
Jason, you've done everything you could. But it's too late. There are things in motion that can't be undone. The disaster, the fire, they were always part of the plan. You were never supposed to stop it.
Jason felt his blood run cold. The voice, his voice, was saying that he had never had a chance. He had been trying to change something that was always meant to happen. As the final phone call ended, Jason realized the terrifying truth. He wasn't changing the future. The future was controlling him. And no matter how hard he tried, it would always unfold exactly as it was meant to. And now, the future he had warned himself about was the one he had become trapped in. But how would it all end? So, the next time your phone rings and you see a number you don't recognize, think twice before you pick up, because it might not be just anyone on the other line. It could be your future self, calling to warn you, or to show you that you can never escape what's already been set in motion. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, subscribe for more nightmares, and share with someone brave enough to watch alone. See you. Bye.